Here goes Bello. All right, so I am working on, I didn't get my order of split rings. So I'm working with the split rings that I got, which is, I don't know if I have enough, but we'll see. We'll do as many as we possibly can. And look, see at that other order of split rings. I got 300 of them in the mail that should have arrived, but they didn't. They're probably coming from China. Oh, it's out for delivery today. So awesome. Good. We will be able to finish these things. So, all right, but maybe not on this podcast. So, I did 30 baits at one time, and there's a whole bunch of them, but this is one of them. Hey, Rich. This is one of them. Hey, Blink. So we're basically putting split rings on them so we can put hooks on them. And it's good to know that my other split rings are out for delivery. I really hope they get here early today. I got plans tonight, and this has to be delivered tomorrow. So it might be a late night for me. I don't know. We'll get them done. We'll get them done. So we got, actually, we got a lot of, this one right here is another new one. This is a speckled red, and called my splatter bait. This paint scheme, that paint scheme actually has proved to be the most successful paint scheme I've ever used. I used it on my coffin bill, and it did make a big difference on the coffin bill. 9 out of 10 casts, if you retrieve it agonizingly slow, that bait caught a fish 9 out of 10 times. I know it's impossible, you say, but it is the best bait I have ever painted, and I did it on a whim. So, oh, that's awesome! That's awesome! That is really awesome. I love that. We I hope he enjoys the books. I really enjoyed writing those books, and I just think it's just a fun adventure with me and my family in space. And thank you. I'm so happy he loves them. So I made also a smaller version. So this is a bigger. When you do 30, you kind of make them all similar. So bigger and smaller. Didn't put the false line on this one. So when I pull these off, now I got to clear out the epoxy out of the holes. So any kind of epoxy that's flowed into the holes, so we got to clean out the eyes. And then some of them get under the nose upon drying. It just sort of flows down there, so you just got to clean that out. So a lot of people, I mean, you guys know, but a lot of people don't realize all the little things it takes to make a bait. And by hand, I mean, it's not like a machine does all this. And you just got to do a little bit of this. Oh, the third book. I'm not getting on about it. The my I think I think my brain has been broken. It's having a hard time thinking in linear. Unfortunately, I did make the storyboard before I had my strokes. It's hard for me to think. Maybe I'll try to get back to it in the winter. Try to finish it by then, and we'll try. We'll try. I have a part for Leo in that book, in the current chapter I'm writing. So, all right. So we got that. Oh, here's another one. Is there another one? Oh, yeah, I did 10 of each of these. So, yeah. Well, there's more over there. So we gotta do all that. Hey, Backlash. I ain't complaining. I ain't complaining. I'm just challenged. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right. So we gotta get split rings on all these. Split rings are really tiny, by the way. Fortunately, you get split ring pliers. These are like the cheapest ones, but work the best. And then I think I have enough hooks for everything. And we're doing like 70 baits. That's a lot of baits. 70 baits, 140 hooks. And different sizes, of course. Some are 6, some are 8s, 10s. So working on it. We working on it. Fortunately, my other split rings are coming today. Yay! They're a week overdue. It's really made me worry. Well, I'll tell you, the resort has completely sold out of my baits. And I mean, completely sold out of them. And so I took a gentleman fishing yesterday, teach him how to fish the lake, certain fishing holes and stuff like that. And he caught some nice bass. He was very excited, very nice man. And I had a good time. It was nice fishing with somebody because I fish by myself an awful lot. So whenever I take Jade fishing, we always get more views when I have a girl on board. Oh well, yeah, fisher girls, fisher girls. It's tough to find girls that like to fish. We do have a nice young lady. She's a trout guide in another state. Come to find out, being a guide in Oregon, I don't qualify. I'm not healthy. And you have to pass health exams and stuff like that in order to be a guide here in Oregon, and I cannot. So, because I was willing, I hate it when one drops. It's like purgatory down here. I gotta bring my magnet in here because I know it'll come up with a lot of split rings. No hooks. I found all those. I get on my hands and knees and I look for the hooks. But another one bites the dust. That's why you gotta have lots of them because you'll lose them in the carpet. We gotta bring that magnet in here. I should have it in here anyway. My truck is getting a new clutch today, so that's good. It's always everything's $1,000 in a car. It's always $1,000. So I'd love it. I'd love it. I mean, I love having somebody else on the boat with me. One's port side, one's starboard side. We do a little trolling, hit my favorite fishing holes, catch some bass. Uh, do some ultralight and some lily pad fishing, and uh, just fun. It's just fun. I love having company. So, these lots of split rings. Oh, see, again, I love when people say, "Well, that's too much money." Well, they seldom say that about my baits, but still, I mean, come on. I mean, I haven't even started poking my fingers with hooks yet. which happens a lot when you're you need some swim bait. I did order some new swim baits, so that order will come in next week probably. I did order some new swim baits. I wanted to paint one for me, so order some extras. Um, they so look for those next week. So gotta get some of these splatter baits. Yeah, one of these are for me, because it's just the best bait ever. I mean, how can I? It's funny. I tell people 9 out of 10, and I'll just cast it out there. Go watch. Bam, get a bite. Bam, get another bite. Boop, that was number 10. It's just this paint scheme. I just fell upon it, and it just works. I'm going to paint a lot more. I just ordered 30 more coffin bills in that order, and they're all going to be painted like this. All 30 of them are going to be painted with this splattering of yellow on top of red. I just put it on a paintbrush, and I flipped it, and it works. It's the best lure I've ever done. See, like on the tips of these, you can see how the it sort of flowed on it. So we gotta peel that off so it doesn't mess up the action of the bait. And usually it just pops off. Of course, it's not doing it right now. There it goes. Then you just take that piece of epoxy off. And it's all these little things, that you do to this bait. You got to clear the holes, add the split ring on these. You have to add a split ring to the nose because it's way too recessed to tie a line to it. So I always had a split ring to it. I know you probably want me to do it on all, but today we're trying to conserve my split rings. The other order comes in early enough, I'll put them on on all of them. They probably, but because I got 300 of them coming in, and it's just a lot. I just ordered another 100 baits, and so that's some really, really good baits. Like I said, those coffin bills, number one bait, guaranteed. If you fish it right, we'll catch a fish 9 out of 10 times. Just will. I have proven it. It's crazy successful. I mean, I have bought a lot of baits in my life, but never, never have I ever had that kind of success with a bait. Besides a worm or even a crappie jig when you're crappie jigging. Well, I got some. Let me look into that order. Orders. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got here on that order. For swim baits, it's mostly small. I'm getting ready for ice fishing season. So, all right. So I've got 3 6-inch swims. I've got 2 5-inch BE swims, and I've got 2 Aerojack 6-inch swims. So what was that, 7 swim baits. These are big though. They're big. And then I went nuts on tiny baits that I needed to get some more epoxy too. I went nut crazy on small baits because we're getting into the ice fishing season in a couple months, and I just need to get it in there. So, but yeah, it's yeah. a lot. Because I got 30 of those, 20 of those, 30 of those, so that's 70. Another 30, 100, 40 of those, 140. So that's 140 small baits. It's a bunch. It's a bunch. It's a bunch. So I'm working on it. It's a lot of work. I mean, okay, so you order 140, you still got to paint them, and you got to epoxy them, and you got to do this to them, and then you got to do that to them, and it's just like, I said, out of focus. Let's get it to focus. There it goes. Okay. Made me think my glasses are terrible. But yeah, it's this weekend we have the car show. We've had more pre-registrations for the car show at the lake than any other year. So it's going to be a huge car show. It's going to be hot at the lake. And I'm going to have a fresh stock of baits at the lake. So hopefully we can sell a bunch of them this weekend. And oh, I got to put one more on the nose. And then in 2 weeks from this weekend, we'll have the fishing derby. So I plan on getting those big baits done, and maybe offering them as prizes for the derby. So we're going. I mean, these $50 baits I'll be giving away. Hey, Donald. So at the fishing derby, you're going to see some. I also have. Oh, who else do I have sending me custom baits? He does soft baits and trout tickler. Trout tickler is going to send me some soft baits and that he makes, and for the kids. So we're going to, I want a 12 and under category this year, and one of the owners at least thinks it's a good thing. And so, and it's a big trout lake. We'll have 1,500 trouts stocked that week. So we'll have these trout ticklers, custom hand poured baits to give away too. So if anybody else is a bait maker, that you can get them here within 2 weeks, it would be awesome. It really would be awesome, because I could use it not only to promote you, but also for the kids. I mean, you guys know I always give baits away to kids. Always, 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 always. It's just what I always do. And um, I go up to them and show them how to fish a bait, so they can catch more fish. Always, always, always help the kids out. If they get turned on by nature and the outdoors at a young age, it's just mentally healthy for everybody. Parents would love it. The kids will love it. That'd be awesome. So, yeah, don't lose it, Mike. So we'll get everybody taken care of. So if you're a bait maker and you tune in, donations are accepted. Just email me or send me a PM, and I will send you my address, and we'll take some pictures of kids winning your prizes. That's so cute. And we're going to do a second chance drawing. So the anybody who doesn't win the main prizes at the derby, everybody else will be entered into a second chance drawing. And the second chance drawing is simply that. We just have a drawing for lots of different prizes. So it just keeps everybody engaged to the end, and it's just fun. It's just fun. Smart too when it comes to they never done that before, and they never saw the reason for it. The reason should be obvious. Everybody, you've got hundreds and hundreds of people that are in the Derby, and if 50% of them stick around to the end of the Derby, they're going to be spending money at the resort, right? It's just what they're going to buy: ice cream and pizza and this and that, and it just makes sense to keep them there. Just does. And to give them a reason to stay. And a second chance drawing does it. But at the same time, it keeps people engaged. This is an interesting one. I put sort of a blue pattern over the red and yellow. Red and yellow works really, really well. I just want you to know. Just in our lake, red and yellow is just killing it. Now, in a couple of weeks, hopefully, although the water's going to warm up this week. If they planted trout this week, a lot of trout would die. The water's over 70 degrees, so I mean, it's just too warm for the trout. But they're going to plant the trout in a couple of weeks, and I kind of expect that some of the trout to die. They'll turn the wrong way and not find the cold water, and stay too long in the warm water, and they'll end up floating. Happened last year, and that happens. Then people see floating fish. Oh my God! There's something in the water. Yeah, warmth. That's what it is. You stock cold fish in a warm lake. That's what happens. But very few lakes have access right now because they're so low, and the the fisheries are having a hard time finding a spot to put these fish that they've bred. So they bring them to us, Lake of the Woods, because it's a natural lake and we always have water. It's just the way it is. Huh? It's a good thing for us. Sometimes a bad thing for the fish. We got lots of fish. Lots of fish. I caught a big crappie yesterday at Lake of the Woods. I should have took a picture of it. Um, it was a good size crappie, about 12 inches. And I was wondering where all the crappie went. And I caught it. Crappies are school fish. So when I found them, we found other crappie. Um, but we found them in the middle of Rainbow Bay in the grass, which was one of my favorite places to fish. And it was a good sized crappie. Beautiful, beautiful fish too. I should have took a picture of it. I think Chris, the guy that was with me, took a picture of it. I didn't. I should have said, because I don't know where they went this year. I think something's feeding off of them. Because I haven't found a lot of crappie, and our lake is full of crappie typically. It's a great panfish. So really hope they can get my clutch done in one day. Really depends on Napa, resurfacing my flywheel. They really are the ones that either will get it done or not. If not, I'll rent a car for tomorrow. So go to work. I hate renting cars. It's such a bother. Just rent a little itty bitty car. I don't care. Whatever they got. It's only one day to get to the lake. I'll walk in. So just give me whatever you got. I probably love hearing that crap. It's kind of renting a car is kind of a fun way to test out a car you might be interested in buying in the future. I've done that. And when I bought the HHR, I rented one for an LA trip, and I loved it. I thought the HHR was a fun car. It was one of my favorite cars I bought. One of the few I bought brand new off the lot. It's just brand new car. I've done it before, but I don't usually like buying brand new cars. I like buying, a couple of years old, 2, maybe 3-year-old cars. Major depreciation's already happened on it, so I love talking cars with people. old cars. Yeah, what you can do with a carbureted, naturally aspirated engine. Back in the day, we could do great things. You know, I always fixed it with a screwdriver. So no big deal. Put one in the bill. You know, these have really recessed, eyes in them. So we're just gonna stick it in there. Maybe I can clean this one out. Okay, we get it. We got it. A lot of work, man. People don't realize it. There's a lot of work doing baits. Probably. We'll do more signature series for. Like I say, I think I'll give away the signature series for the Derby. It's my $50 baits. It'd be fun. It would be fun to give them away to some kids, but they're just too big for kids. More likely, a child would not have a medium heavy or greater rod. They use light rods. So we'll have a bunch of smaller baits for them. We'll do some signature series for the adults. And we'll have a lot of really cool prices. Like I said, I mean, um, I do have another bait maker stepping up to the plate, so I could make a video soliciting for anything, but I don't know. Call mule fishing. That'd be fun. I'm a big mule fishing fan. It'd be fun to have him come up with, send me a few extras for the kids. Nothing much, just something. But little baits like this, little bait like that be perfect for the kids. It's amazing how excited they get over my baits. Parents are always shocked. You painted this? I did it. One other things to it. Yep. Painted, clear coated, fitted it, packaged it. Which is another thing. I'm wondering if I have enough packaging for all these baits. We'll figure something out there. If anything, I'll go to the store today and buy a little this and that. Yes, I do sell my lures at Lake of the Woods. At the moment, though, we're sold out. This order will be there tomorrow. So they'll be back up to stock tomorrow. But by the end of the car show, more than likely they'll be gone by Monday. They sell quick. And I'll be back in the paint booth next week, painting many, many, many more. I'm really hoping that new order comes in. I do have enough blanks over there to continue and do another order, but I want to do some of these big ones too. My signature series we sold out of. Those are $50 a bait. I know you're thinking $50. You had to see them. Yeah. Well, they are. And Blinky, next week I'll be getting my coffin bills in, um, and I will paint them the most tried and true pattern ever. This one, and it is 9 out of 10 times. I mean, you just have to fish with me. Now, this is another pattern. I do a lot of these. This is a wake bait, And this wake bait is the most successful topwater bait I've ever painted. In fact, yesterday morning when I took that gentleman out fishing, put put that on his line, first cast out, boom, 2+ pound, a largemouth, nailed it on his first cast. I mean, it's just a great bait for topwater fishing. And it's easy to teach somebody how to fish with a wake bait. Hey, Martin. Very easy. So when I teach people how to fish, I usually will teach them topwater. Because one, it's exciting. Two, it's easy when you use a wake bait. And it's got a really good rattling system too. This thing uh, just sits on top of the water and it just does this all the way across. So cool looking. It's a beautiful, beautiful bait. And this color scheme, this again, just it almost looks like a bumblebee the way it sort of flashes back and forth. Come on, focus. Yeah, stupid machine. There it goes. All right. This is another great bait. I only painted 4 of them. Yeah. So there'll be 4 of them in the store tomorrow. The warm water is perfect for topwater hits. So there'll only be 4 of these in the store tomorrow. I do paint a lot of them. I always put every order's got some practically, in the order. It's crazy. Really fun though. Really fun. This is one of my favorite baits for topwater. I can't wait to get those square bills in though. Really can't, man. I mean those coffin bills. Coffin bills. That I'm going to paint them all in the splattered yellow, and it'll be the you just got to retrieve it so slow, like 2+ seconds per turn of your handle. So you're doing it like this. This is how slow you're actually turning that your reel. It's just so slow it hurts you, but it has great action even at that speed, and the fish just jump on it. And the fun thing is about it is like when they hit it, I mean they hit it hard, and you got to be ready because you're going from park to highway speeds in a flash. It's so much fun to catch. When you're doing finesse fishing, it is so much fun because you go so slow, and then all of a sudden, boom, it hits you, and you just gotta just react. You can't sleep on it. You just can't sleep on it. It's just so fast, and it's fun. Even this topwater bait, you reel it in maybe like this, 1 second per turn. And because this has really good action at that rate of speed, and again, you're going to get a blow up on it, and you just got to be ready to set that hook and reel them in. And my medium light rod, which is a Cajun, got a very soft backbone. And a soft backbone means you got to bend that rod hard to keep the fish on. A stiff backbone, you don't have to work as hard. Sets the hook and keeps it in better. But not on a soft backbone, boy. You got to bend that rod hard, and you just got to reel them in, with lightning speed. Keep that line tight, or else they'll spit it out. Yesterday, I caught quite a few fish. Not as my usual Wednesday. Probably caught about 25 fish yesterday. Um, so it was a kind of slow day for me. Awesome. Blanky, you're going to love my baits. You're just going to love it. I got to go get up and get these others. Now, the neat thing about these glow in the dark. I put my phosphor on this. That it's called lit, and it lights it up. I'll prove. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. Um, so I got these little guys and these other ones. Now, here we'll charge it up there, and while I do these, now you stick it under. You blast it with light, just like any glow in the dark whatever's, and you blast it with light, and then it just charges the phosphors on it. Now, I really want to see one of these too, so I want to see that too. We're going to charge one of those. And this isn't a dark room because it's daylight right now, so we'll try to simulate darkness, and so you can see the glow in the dark. So, and these glow. Some of them, but I think half of these glow. Like this one doesn't. This one does. So I just had extra clear coat, so I stuck it on it. Clean out the eyes. But I put the phosphor over the red, and I want to see what it looks like. So we're going to do that. It's going to look really cool. That's what I think is going to look really cool. Anything that glows in the dark is pretty cool. Yes. There's a lot of work. And I haven't even started with the hooks yet. This is just the split rings. Hooks always stick in my fingers. Hooks always get in my fingers. The right way and the wrong way. And sometimes it twists in my hand and whoop, in my fingers. Yeah, those glow in the darks are going to be. I mean, they're so bright in the water. So I've already tested them. It was just so bright in the water. How can a fish not want that? I mean, it's just. Come on. Here it goes. Mm-hmm. One more, and then we'll check out those glow in the darks. Turn off the lights to help out a little bit. Now I might just see what I can do there. Maybe the box, turn it off. They're in a light box right now. If I turn off the light box and just bring the camera up to it, let's see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like. Hey, Martin. Okay, so let's do this. Sorry, you see my belly. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, so we got a. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work. So that's the glow in the dark ones. See how they glow? It's pretty cool. That is really cool. that little bit of glow should really attract the fish. You know? That little bit of glow should attract the fish like crazy. I mean, I can't do it that way. Oh, well, you saw it. But that's cool. You know, that's going to be really neat. You know, for it. So it should help catch fish. So I mean, glow in the dark crankbait, square bill, so cool. I don't think I've ever seen a glow in the dark square bill out on the market. So it'll be the first. So just that extra little glow, just that, in the dark, especially if you're fishing. I love fishing in the dark. So that's always fun. So that is cool. Thanks, Martin. Yeah, it is really cool. I like it. What can you say? I like it. All right, so we gotta do these. Oh my goodness, I'll get these. Oh, I got a lot of stuff here, boy. I got a lot of stuff. So these right here are also glow in the darks, top and bottom, and then that red stripe through. Oh, wherever you go, where are you guys? Red stripe through the middle, and then top and bottom glow in these. So this is pretty cool. So the glow actually has a stripe in it. I didn't put the glow all over the bait, just top and bottom. And so it just has a very different look in the darker waters. So it's really cool looking. Really cool looking. I think so. So let's see if I can charge that up. I'll show it to you. I'll charge it up there. And we'll try to get that to show to you guys and see, the different, in darkness, how it's going to present itself in deeper water. Because this one actually dives deeper. So this one will show off more often. So this one will go down about 9-10 feet. I mean, we have clarity down to that, in our lake. Our clarity is 12 to 14 feet. So, but in many, many lakes, you do not have that kind of clarity, visibility in the water. And so as this thing plunges into darker or stained waters, it's going to glow. And it will present itself in a very different fashion to the fish around it. So it's going to be really cool. Really cool. No, these are only one of these were topwater lures. This was the only topwater lure. It's the only topwater lure here. All of these are diving lures, every one of them. And I just didn't have enough topwaters, but it won't matter because soon the thermocline is going to disappear in our lake, as it has for many other lakes in the country. Which is the buffer between warm water and cold water fish. There's a border. It's called the thermocline. And what ends up happening is that the warm water will start to come down and mix with the cold water. And that's when the thermocline disappears. And at this point, it's a shared habitat in temperature. That's when the cold water and the warm water fish intermix. It's great because you catch a whole bunch more stuff. In a few weeks, that's what's going to happen at our lake. And when that happens, a lot of trout and salmon will be coming up into that shared column of water. And you're going to be catching a lot more. Next month in October, we have the salmon spawn. And when that happens, the German browns come to the shallow waters because they're going to be eating the salmon that are spawning. So, to be honest, our best fishing season is just about to happen at Lake of the Woods. It's just about to happen. You wait 2, maybe 3 weeks when the inversion starts to happen. Um, Fish will go nuts. I mean, everything's shared at that point. Let me check on this one. Okay, let's see what we can. Let's see if you can see it. See it? See the glow? Okay, so that's the top. I also did it. Ah, ah, mess up. I also did it to the bottom, which I just dropped all my papers. Ah, it looks better on the top, but I put the glow on top, and that's the glow on that diver, and it looks really cool. So, I mean, and this one dives deeper, and as it dives deeper, that the illumination. Let's get that back to focus. Focus. I love autofocus cameras. There it goes. Okay, so this is actually really cool. Another. I mean, I just painted half of it in the glow, in the lighter color. So, turn that back on. That little bit of light does help me down here. Here it goes. So that looks really cool. Again, things that you'll never get from a mainstream manufacturer. This is another nice thing about handmade stuff. It's just you just you get different stuff, and the glowing baits do work better. I mean, the fish have never seen it, and they just hit it because it's new to them. All right, let's get these. Oh, here's another topwater. Another topwater. Let's get that one done. I knew I had another one. Oh my goodness, a lot of work. It's a lot of work to me. You guys probably think, it's a piece of cake, Mike. Like I said, I even started with hooks. Hooks, dangerous. But for one order, this is going to take me a total of, I don't know. I mean, think about the painting, the epoxy, the fitting, the packaging. It's a lot of work. You wonder if I make money. I don't think I do. I don't think I make money on these things. Um, when do you start work? Oh, I start work tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I'll be there at 8 because my son starts work at 8. And when that happens, for an hour, I just do some bank fishing. I'll do some bank fishing for an hour and catch a bass or two. Usually, I catch a couple bass in that 40 minutes or so. And you'll see me use my top water, and you'll see me use other shallow dive stuff because there's smallmouths to the right of the marina. They usually go onto the rocks. And, how much? Oh man, I only have enough for 3 more. Actually, I only have enough for two. 2 more. I really hope those, they get here early today. Let's see. Let's see. I think it's UPS. UPS delivers late. Yeah. It'll be a late night tonight. It's going to be a late night tonight doing baits. But, I'll only have, a few of them to do. You know, like I said, I ordered 300 more of these split rings. Go through a lot of split rings, a lot of hooks. Everything costs money. Each one of these costs money. So, yeah, I don't think I make money on these things. You think about the time, because I sell them to them at wholesale, so I lose the markup. Um, I lose the markup. One more of these with this size split ring. I have smaller size split rings for these little guys. You can't put these big split rings on those little guys. Different split rings, different hooks. Lots of baits. And then I'm really hoping I've got the packaging for all this. I really don't know where I'd go to 10. I'm going to use baggies, sandwich bags. That'd be funny. We'll put them in sandwich bags. Sister Winnie, how are you, sis? All right, so we got those. Okay, that finishes those. These three. So I had enough of those split rings to do all but three. So now I grab my itty bitty split rings, which is harder. These are little. And then we'll grab these little baits. We'll do these. Clean them out. Clean them out. This is my barrel full of monkeys. For those who remember that little game, I show my age on games. I turned 58 this weekend. Can you believe that? 58. Seems so old. 2 years from 60. Yeah, I'm thinking Ziploc bags. If I don't have enough, I'm just gonna have to. People are just gonna have to say, "Well, they throw away the packaging anyway." People throw away the packaging. Why do I spend money on packaging? It's only handmade baits in the store, so it's like. But we'll see. We'll see if I have enough for all this. Yeah, 58. For those who don't know, it's 9/11. That's my birthday. 9/11. And I turned 58. That's wild. 58. 2 years from 60. Do I look 60? I don't think so. I don't think I act 60. But it sneaks up on all of us, I guess. Squirrel! So this is all for Lake of the Woods, this order. And I'll be making more next week for the fishing derby. We have a fishing derby coming up in just over 2 weeks. And so for those people that want to donate for the kids' prizes, really would love that. Just PM me or email me and put fishing derby in the message, and I'll give you my address, and we'll get the kids more prizes, which is what I want. I want the kids to have lots of prizes. More. I want the adults to be jealous. I just do. I don't want adults. The adults are going to get the big. Last year, I'll just tell you what I did last year in the fishing derby. Yeah, we have big bass, big trout, most perch are the categories typically. So people weren't catching bass last year. This one little girl, about 10 years old, brings in the first bass of the day. And it was okay. It was like 12 inches. It wasn't very big. And so she was winning until the end of the day when this other boat came in. And the man I looked at his bass, and it looked like it could have beaten the little girl. And I looked at him. I says, I says, I can't make you do this. I go, but we had a little girl come in with a bass just a little smaller than yours, I think. I go, if we measure your bass, it may take the prize away from her. I go, what do you think of that? He goes, I don't need the prize. So, little girl won the big bass last year. It was so cute. So cute. She was so cute. And so I was very happy about him, just acquiescing and doing what I think was the right thing to do for a smile. And that was neat. And then the guy who wins like every year in the trout, Chuck, he only caught like three. He said it was really hard for him. I told him that the inversion had happened. So where he was going, you got to fish differently when the inversion happens. And you cannot fish the same way. These are so little, these split rings. Hard for me to see, but that's on there. It's really little. And, you know, whenever I go to a local lake, if I see a local fisherman, I'll ask for pointers. And, most are really accommodating. I mean, nobody fishes this lake better than I do. I'm not saying that out of pride. I just fish it better than anybody else. Now, I'm not a very good trout fisherman, and I'm not a very good salmon fisherman. Um, I I've never used an outrigger, so there are certain types of fish that people are much better at. But as a whole, I know where all the fish are. If you are a kokanee salmon fisherman, you come to me and I'll tell you where the fish are. Then do your thing. Go out there and do your thing. You'll find them. If you are a trout fisherman, I'll tell you where the trout are. Go do your thing. I'm not. Yeah, I don't want to throw a lured bait, 35 feet down and troll it. Um, that's just not me. But as the thermocline will disappear and the trout, you're going to see me catch a lot of trout next month. A lot of because the trout love my baits. Every one of these bait, a trout is going to hit it. They're just going to hit it. That's what they do. And big baits, they'll hit this big old giant one as fast as this little one. They'll hit both those. The glow in the dark ones, oh my goodness, what a great bait for trout fishing. You know, these little guys, as they glow down there, they just be all over the place. Yeah, the trout are going to just go nuts. So my season will look like I'm a trout fisherman come October, November, and December. Before the lake freezes over in January, it'll start freezing. February and March, it's ice fishing season. April, it will thaw. And hopefully, last April I almost died in it, but this April I won't. Then our fishing season will start again in June, really. When the inversion happens again for bass. I know. Yeah, it does make sense. It's just I fish there more than anybody else, and I'm all over the lake. People see me in my little itty bitty boat. They love my boat. The guy that I took out fishing, he doesn't own a boat, but I think he really likes that Sea Eagle fold cat. I mean, that's a really nice boat, and it's stable. And it wouldn't surprise me if Chris buys one. Wouldn't surprise me at all. He's got some really good lakes around. He lives west of Portland, Oregon, and there's a lake called 10 Mile Lake. It's a fantastic bass lake, really a good bass lake. Never fished it. It's just too far away for me. And but they have tournaments there, and so it'd be really cool if he starts hitting 10 mile, on the fold cat. It's you can stick it in the trunk. I mean, it's just that if you want to inflate it every time, which I don't, I just put it in the back of the pickup truck. My pickup truck's going to have a new clutch. How cool is that? Whew, new clutch today. It's going to be really nice because the throwout bearing makes noises, so I could just replace that. But while you're in there, just do the whole clutch. I mean, that's what I do. You gotta drop the tranny and do stuff, and it's like, okay, just do the clutch. You gotta turn the flywheel, like you said. That's got to be resurfaced. Back in my high school years, we had machine shop for all that. We could resurface heads, blocks, flywheels, drums, anything. There wasn't many disc brakes back then. It was all drum brakes. But we could turn drums. And, back then, you could go straight from high school to a profession seamlessly. You didn't need extra education because you got it in high school if you wanted it. You know, we had paint. We had a automotive paint booth where you learned how to, you know, do automotive painting and stuff like that. We had a full machine shop. We had 9 lifts. We had a whole building that was just an automotive building. We had 9 lifts. I mean, if there was a teacher that wanted their car done, we did it. Most of us rebuilt our own engines and or for each other. I rebuilt heads. I mean, that's what I was. That was my specialty. I could resurface and reseat heads faster in 2 periods. So I was like, phew, I could knock them out, man. They're brand new, man. When I'm done, those heads are as good as new. So yeah, back then you could do stuff like that. Nowadays they don't teach stuff like that. They barely teach reading and writing anymore. I mean, to go straight from school into a trade. I mean, back then, I mean, we had welding classes, metalworking, woodworking. I mean, you could be an apprentice anywhere after school back then, but not anymore. It's really disappointing. Really disappointing. And, it's not like our schools had a lot of money. It's not like we had a lot of money. The auto shop is a storage building now at my old high school. It's just a storage building. It's got lifts all throughout it. Crazy. Really is sad that people think that the world thinks in such a two-dimensional way. It's sad. They should Kids should be taught a trade while they're in school, while they're impressionable, and it's fun. You know, yeah, you got to learn the other stuff, but it's fun taking shop classes. You know, home ec taught culinary skills back then. You know, you want to be a cook or a line chef, you could do that right after high school. We had home ec also taught sewing and garment making and stuff like that. So you want to start your own business and do tailoring, you could do that right out of high school. You could do that stuff. I mean, they don't have music anymore for the most part. It's just crazy. They've forgotten what makes a human being. You know, schools. They've forgotten what makes a human being. A productive person. Now you got to go to college, and even in college, they're focused a lot on the academics. It's hard to learn a trade at a JC. You got to go to trade schools, and even those are disappearing, unfortunately. In this town, they need mechanics badly. I was talking to the manager of the shop I dropped my truck off, and they only have 3 mechanics in that shop. They're way booked out. They need more mechanics. He even told me they need more mechanics. If you're a mechanic, this is a beautiful town, and um, you could afford to live here. Housing's cheap. It's a conservative part of Oregon. It's not a wet part of Oregon by no means. In fact, it's the sunniest town in Oregon, Klamath Falls. So, oh my goodness. All right. So we got split rings. I know we got split rings on all those. Now we need hooks. Let's do the 10s first. They're the littlest. They're the easiest to pull out of my fingers. So we'll do these on these little guys, these 10s. Little itty bitty 10s on these little itty bitty baits. That's what we're going to do. Oh, this hurts fingers. I only got one person watching. I think Blinky, you're the only one watching right now. All right. We can get more people watching. Let me copy that. We'll stick it on my Facebook page. And we'll see if anybody else pops in. Oh, you can't do that. Huh. Why can't you do that? Oh, Connery. Connery joined. Well, this is my order. This is going to be in the store tomorrow. Oh, no. It's a bunch. I just put split rings on them. So now I got to put hooks on them without hurting myself too much. The little guys. We'll put number 10s on this. Try not to poke my fingers too much. At least not past the barb. I'm going to show you guys how to remove a hook from. See, there we go. Ta-da! Got one on. And this is a 2-hook lure, so yeah, put another one. So yeah, it should be bigger. They're completely sold out of my baits right now, completely. So and the boss is like, Mike. I go, it's not as easy as you think. Plus, I was waiting for an order of split rings, which isn't coming till today. But I did find an extra bag of 100. So it'll do almost all but 3 these baits today. And then I hope I've got the packaging. So let me see. See if I got that here. Oh my goodness. All right, I got more of these up here, I think. Cards. Where's my envelopes? You got these. Any more of these little envelopes is what I need. Okay, I gotta get on my hands and knees. I gotta get on my hands and knees. Oh, I gotta see if they're down here. Ah, my goodness. There's one more. That's not gonna help. Oh, there they are. There they are. Oh my goodness. It's not enough. Simply, this isn't enough for this order. 4 mil bags. 4 mil bags. Okie dokie. Okay. Back up here. So, then we take this little thing, put that thing, and put this little thing in here. And voila. Voila. And this is the glowing one. This is a glowing one. So that's what that is. So one down. All this work, and I finally finished one. I know it. It'll go whole. If I don't poke myself, it'll go faster. Oh my goodness. But the fishing's really good at Lake of the Woods. It rained on us twice yesterday out on the lake in the morning. Not bad. It stopped. Most of the rainstorms were west of the Cascades. It was following the Cascades up, and we're on the east side of Cascades, so it wasn't too bad. Weather at the lake was weird yesterday. Though it was like everything but snow, and the breeze was real warm, real warm. Okay, another one done. Put in my little baggie. I don't have enough of these bags. I don't think I have enough bags for all these. We'll have to come up with something, I think. Another one done. I got 10 of those. Yeah, you can't share this, huh? On edit now. Can you share live streams on? Uh, On Facebook? I thought you could. Yeah. I guess Facebook wants their own live stream to be used. I don't know. Yeah, you can, because I've seen other people do it. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. How do you do? How do you share a live stream on? I tried copy and pasting the address bar, but it did something funny. Accountsgoogle.com. It says accountsgoogle.com. I'll do it. See what it looks like. Always, what does that mean? Google LLC link first share Google. I don't know what that means. Well, we'll see if anybody comes in off of it. You haven't caught a fish in a month? That's sad. I'm sorry. Come to Lake of the Woods. Come to the fishing derby in 2 weeks. Car show this weekend. We've had more pre-registrations than any other year. It's a record on pre-registration. But I want a really successful derby. So we're going to make it 12 and under. We're doing second chance prizes. We're doing all sorts of cool stuff. We'll give away custom baits, soft and hard. I got somebody he makes trout soft baits custom, so he's pouring them, and we'll have those to give away too, which will be fantastic because people are trout people around here. So it's kind of interesting the way because I did these rather quick, and you can see it's sort of like gave it a texture. It's kind of neat. Ah, bummer. Yeah, the 24th is when the fishing derby is. Be cool if you won something though. Would be cool. Oh, I've never carp fished. I've caught carp. I never really went carp fishing. I hear they're fun to catch. I don't know how you eat them, if you eat them, but they're so stupid looking. I mean, their eyes and their mouth is just so ugly. I mean, it's like catching a sturgeon. I mean, fun but ugly fish. It's like catching a vulture. And some animals are something that only a mother can love, and a carp is one of those fish that only a mother can love. Another fish, or actually, it's a crustacean. I just think it's the crazy. I know it's the scariest. It looks like something from Alien, the horseshoe crab. If you guys know what a horseshoe crab looks like, it looks like something from the movie Aliens, and it is just freakish. Remember, these glow in the dark. Again, they'll be in the store tomorrow. Actually, a lot of these have some glowing features, so it's actually pretty cool. So, yeah, we don't have carp in our lake. No carp in our lake. In 1955, they sterilized the lake because it had too many catfish in it. So many catfish, it was just almost more catfish than water. And so they eliminated the population to start over in 55 in Lake of the Woods. And there are catfish still in the lake, but well managed. And the 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 trout, the kokanee, uh, they do not breed in the lake at all. The trout and kokanee salmon. The salmon do spawn, but it's fruitless. Um, so those two are common catches for our lake, but it's 100% stocked. So even though we have a state requirement 8 inches on trout, you can't catch a smaller than 8 inch because in our lake, I've never seen it happen because they're all stocked. It's all stocked. So, yeah, just cut myself. Catfish are fun to catch in the river, and they're fantastic eating. Love eating catfish. Oh, such a great fish to eat. I mean, for a scavenger, it's just a great fish to eat. Whew, boy, I know. That's why I put you guys on here so I wouldn't be so bored as I did this. So using you, keep me company, talk to somebody while I get all these baits done. And it's a really cool bait. This one glows in the dark. Glows in the dark, man. I mean, that is just cool. We'll sell out of these real quick. I made 10 of them. And these you fish really, really slow. But they'll catch. These will catch. Take this to a stained lake. I ordered new stickers, some 3 inch, 5 inch stickers. So, I think I'm going to give some of those away at the Derby. So, if you want a 5 inch terrible at fishing sticker, it's a 5 inch. It's big, big, big sticker. So we're going to give those away at the Derby. Those are going to be fun. I mean, everybody needs a terrible at fishing sticker. Everybody. So, uh, so that's one of the prizes too that I'm donating. Besides plates, of course. And I am going to donate my signature series. I'll make a few. Because those, they're $50 baits. What a great prize. Boss will be jealous. He wants one. I did paint one for my retail boss, my boss's boss, direct. He loves it. I painted him a crappie and a big swim bait crappie. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Oh, it's over there? Yeah, bass season's still hot right now. Here, and it will be hot for about 3 or 4 more weeks, and then it'll be trout season. But it'll be fun in about 2 or 3 weeks as the water cools down, if it does, in the next 2 or 3 weeks, because we're expecting 100-degree weather this weekend, and that's going to warm the water back up to 72, 73 degrees. So, it was 70 degrees yesterday on the water, but we had some rainstorms and stuff. Um, it was still 70 degrees. And so it'll warm up again to 72, 73 in our lake this weekend. But if we can get a cold spell, which next week we're supposed to get a cold spell, well, cold spell to us is in the 80s. And so we'll get that next week, and that'll cool our lake down. Um, so hopefully by the Derby, our lake will start its inversion. Now, if it does the inversion that week, our lake inversion happens quick. So, I mean, 3 or 4 days, that's how fast our inversion happens in our lake. Boy, it's going to mess up a lot of, you just don't catch enough. You don't catch a lot post inversion during the inversion. And it will, like last year, it happened the week before. And boy, it really affected catches. Unless you got perch, always catch perch. But like I said, when during the inversion, the cold water fish come up and meet the warm water fish, and that's when I start catching a lot more. Well, that's when I start catching trout. Clear off this clear coat from the bill. There it goes. But yeah, you guys in most part of the country, you've already experienced your inversion, and the bass have, uh, they're deep and they're lethargic, and when that happens, it's really tough unless you knock them on the head with a craw or something. It's tough to get them interested in your bait. It's really tough. So, and then you're in a different season. Is what you are. I don't know what you get walleye or something like that. Pike. They're cold water fish. So. Hey, one more of these little itty bitty guys. Ay, ay, ay. I know. It's just one bait, really. We finish. How we do? Oh, thank you, Connery. Yeah, at 1,000, I'm wondering about what to do. I'm thinking about a finesse system, to give away. Um, an ultralight rod in reel. That's what I'm thinking. Do something really cool like that. And there's nothing better than ultralight fishing. You know, it's good for all species, whether you're a pan fisherman, trout, bass. It's just fun. And I want people to have fun. So at 1,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away, and I am really leaning towards it, an ultralight setup. Probably a casting setup. Oh, not casting, but a spinning setup. Everybody will be able to operate a spinning setup. So, but at 1,000, I'm going to do something fun like that. And I'll do a drop ship. So, a Cajun rod, and I really like that Piscofun Carbon X reel. I mean, it's a really good reel. Oh, I got one more. All right, got 2 more hooks here. Tens. I lost count. One was hiding. It's hiding. On my way home last night, I stopped by a place here in town, Dagwood's. It's a burger place, but they make the best shakes. So I got shakes for everybody in the house. Come on, man. That gets the kids happy. You can get them an ice cream shake. Dagwood's makes the best shakes in Klamath Falls. Any flavor you want. My favorite's chocolate banana. My son's favorite is banana. My wife's favorite's coconut. So it's just, I mean, you can get any flavor you want. It's like awesome. So I bought everybody shakes on the way home. All right, last little one. And I'm gonna start on bigger. Well, yeah, I think I have to go maybe size 8s on these other ones. 6s on these big ones. We'll do the 6s. Because those baits take up a lot of room on my desk. So just there. And there. I got 10 of these for tomorrow. Done. Woohoo! There you go. I need my 6. There's my 8s. Actually, look. 8s, 6s, 8s. Might be fun to do some tail spinners on it. I don't know. I'll think about that. All right. 6. These are 6s. And I think these are, that's a 6 too, isn't it? Goodness. I'm going to have to put 4s on these. On those big ones, we'll have to put 4s. We'll put 6s on these, the medium ones. There you go. Dropped it. Yeah, that's a good size hook for it. I got bigger, but we're going with 4s on these. Really don't want to hook yourself past the barb with a 4. They hurt. These are really strong hooks too, boy. If you break one of my hooks, one of these hooks, you just pulled. You had a 100-pound test. I don't know what you did, man. I think the bait will break first. These are really strong, sharp hooks. They're big, so you got to really squeeze them into that split ring. All right, so these are going to go in this packaging. This packaging. I think I have enough for these. Then I have to print label. Actually, I think I have some labels printed down here, so we can actually label it. Yeah, these are big. These are big, so you can't put those in those little envelopes. There you go. There's that. And then let's see if I got some these mediums. Yeah, good. I don't know if I've got 10. I'm gonna wrap this around here. And that, boom, it's my packaging for my bigger baits. Pretty, huh? Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. This is exhausting. It really is tired. It's the same thing over and over again. But you gotta do it. Sometimes the big ones are the harder ones because they're so thick. Get them in there. Wow, it takes a while, doesn't it? You appreciate what I do as a hobby. And like I said, all this time, I don't think I make any money. I think I make more money minimum wage. I think I do. I pretty much get close to minimum wage. Over at my job at Lake of the Woods. Yeah, they don't pay real good, but I work there because I love it. I don't work there because of the pay. Because in my career, I got paid a lot, an awful lot. And we just sort of drop that in there. And we take a sticker. Wrap the bottom of it. That's it. I put on the back locally painted by hand, but for our local lakes. Terrible fishing on YouTube. I know. Should put painfully made. Yeah, I should do that. Intricately made. Skillfully. No, that sounds a little prideful. When you think about all this stuff, it's not just the paint, of course, and all the other stuff, but this clear coat. I put a PPG made pigment in it that shifts colors. So it imitates scale reflections. So, I mean, not only are you getting a hand painted bait, but if you guys notice, but those sparkles, those are a bunch of different colors. And I put that in there. Yeah, absolutely. Share out. Squirrel, share out. Yep. Share. So my immediate boss, or actually my boss's boss, he's one of the owners. He does the retail side. And he wanted me to do something, really promote the event. So I made this flyer, although I put it on a different one. So I made this flyer, Fishing Derby, September 24th, right? Yeah. Free, second chance prizes. Everyone can participate, sign up, day of the event at the marina. That's what I made. So I come to find out yesterday when I was at the lake if anybody saw it. Well, evidently one or two of the other owners saw it and they hated it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Because I thought it was pretty simple, straight to the point. You know, maybe it's because they didn't do it. I don't know. I don't know. You know, you try to keep things, when it comes to messaging, always keep it simple and to the point. Don't clutter it up with a bunch of stuff. Don't tell them all the prize. You know, don't tell them prizes. You know, I mean, they just know there's prizes, and that's that. I love the second chance drawings, like I was telling you. Second chance drawings is just smart when it comes to marketing and doing an event because you want people to stay there for the entire event. That's what you want. And a second chance drawing at the end of the event keeps people there. Now, the advantage of it is that, you know, they're going to be at the marina where we sell ice cream and snacks and beer and drink and pizza and stuff like that. Well, all those people sticking around, they're going to spend money. So giving away more stuff at the end of the event is just smart, business wise. It's just smart. It costs you nothing and you make money. Because, I mean, I'm giving away a lot of stuff, I'm donating it. I have another bait manufacturer donating it. So we're just, you know, and I want the kids to win. I don't want, to be honest, I don't want, you know, like last year, that little girl won the biggest bass. Just out of default, but it was exciting. And that is what I want. But it's not my lake, it's not my resort. I have to remind myself that I am not the boss anymore. In my whole career, I was pretty much the boss. And you know, I won a national award for marketing in a franchise, and I wrote a book on marketing. And it's just, I'm kind of, I'm not as dumb as people think I am because I joke a lot. I joke a lot. So they'll figure it out. I laugh a lot. I give people a hard time a lot. And they give it back to me. I love that about them. I mean, I love when people can go toe to toe with me and just have fun. And it's usually the women. Some of the men will do it, but the women are just more fun at the resort, the guests and stuff. I mean, if I give them a hard time, they give it back, and I love that they're honoring, and it's just fun. And most of you know I was raised by a single mother, single woman, and she never graduated the seventh grade, and she was a bartender. So my little brother and I, we were raised in bars, and so yeah, so we have that kind of bar mentality where we're loud but fun. We joke a lot, we tease a lot, self-deprecating. It's just this the way I was raised. Golden rule, right? Golden rule. Always the golden rule. All right, drop this down. Yeah, a little too far down. There we go. And here we go. Tag it, label it. Thanks, Casey. You know, they work. In my lake right now, this color pattern is just killing it. I got a pearl white into a yellow red. This is just a killer color pattern right now in my lake. I mean, you will catch fish, guaranteed, if you fish this right. And when I teach people how to fish, you retrieve until it activates the bait. When you start to feel it. At that point, that's your retrieve speed. There's no reason to go faster than that. Just retrieve a bait upon activation. And when it's activated, it's doing its job. You don't have to force the issue on it. So they do that. Like my coffin bill, that thing you have to do the coffin bill at maybe 20 inches a second. Not even that fast. That's how slow you have to do the coffin bill. But if you do that, 9 out of 10 casts, you will catch a fish. They're going to hit it. If there's fish around, they're going to hit it. And that is really cool. I can fish that, and I lost mine the other day. So next week I get 30 more coffin bills, and I'm going to put about 5 of them in my tackle pack because I can't live without one. I'm going to paint them all the same, every one of them the same. There's no reason for me to switch it up on that one. I'll do all 30 of them the exact same pattern, which isn't an easy pattern. I mean, it's artsy. It's this pattern with splattered yellow on top of the red, and it just works. That pattern is just a miracle worker in our lake. Now, I assume all lakes are going to be different. Water's going to be different, brackish and then stained and clear and stuff like that. We have a very clean lake, spring fed. It's just a beautiful, clear, beautiful lake. That's what it is. Love our lake. That's why I fish it all the time. It's beautiful. The only thing I would change in our lake, I wish it had, is little fingers, little hidden coves. There are no breakaway coves, none. The entire lake is open, and you kind of want those hideaway areas. You just want them. So, but can't have everything. Lake Shasta down in Northern California is not too far from me. It's nothing but coves like that, little fingers and a spider web of little this and that. Has more points on it than any other lake I've ever seen. But it's also extremely low. A lot of spotted bass in that lake. People catch a lot of spotted bass in that lake. Yeah, I've never fished Trinity. I want to because they got big bass. So I would love to fish Trinity Lake. It's not too far from Shasta, but I just don't want to spend the $180 for a fishing license for California. $180 for a fishing license. That's ridiculous. So I'm like boycotting that. I'm not going to do that. In Oregon, it's $44. I think any state that shares a border with another state should offer in-state prices to the neighboring states that touch them. It encourages over state line fishing and revenue. It just seems smart. Again, I'm a marketer. If you want Oregonians to fish in Lake Shasta and Trinity and all these other lakes, do that. Those local towns will make more money. It's just smart. Common sense, I say. It's just common sense. But politics. Politics, a politician is when your brain is damaged. Although my brain is damaged, but it's not damaged that much. You gotta be senseless to be a politician because they just don't seem to make a lot of sense. Look at California. I'm glad I left California. California's crazy. Crazy. They got no power to power their homes right now, and yet they don't want to sell gas cars. They want electric cars. And then they signed a bill this week on Labor Day to pay fast food workers up to $22 an hour. Now, when I was growing up, you had to go to college to get $22 an hour. Well, you do it at Arby's or McDonald's or someplace like that in California. What's that going to do? A lot of fast food places can't stay open. They're going to close. Used to be that the average American lived within 10 minutes of a McDonald's. I don't know if that statistic is still true, but McDonald's is actually thinking about pulling out of California. $22 an hour, they can't afford to stay there. Now, there is an exception. If you bake bread, you have to pay that. So you're going to probably see a lot of these fast food places that they'll be making their own buns. That's funny, huh? You knew somebody was involved in that exception. You know, Pandera, whatever that company is. All right, I ran out of stickers, so we'll do stickers last on the medium baits. All right, put those last. Big hooks. These are big solid hooks. Big solid hooks. We got one person watching. One person watching. Told you I just wanted company while I was doing this, so I could talk to you somebody. It's a lot of work. This takes hours to do. And of course, all this costs me money. Let's see if that delivery is here yet. Sitting on my doorstep. Nope, not delivered yet. And I got to order packaging. Have to order packaging. So on Disney, was it Thor: Love and Thunder is on? I'll probably watch that today. I like Thor. I didn't like Ragnarok. Love and Thunder, I don't know if it's any good or not. We'll see. I've been in like a Hallmark mood lately. I'm watching Hallmark movies. I'm getting old. I'm in touch with my female side. All the chick flicks, which is typically a Hallmark movie. But I like them. It's just part of slowing down in life, I guess. Part of slowing down. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Been at it for hours. Been at it for hours. Can you believe this? Voila. Okay, that finishes all the big ones except for two. I got to print up some more labels. So we have. Let me see how many baggies we got. This will be interesting. This will be interesting if I don't have enough bags. Got a few more of the sleeves there. Let me take a couple from the wall there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19. Ooh, that's not enough. I gotta come up with an alternative packaging solution here, guys. What I'm going to have to do. An alternative packaging solution. These medium onesies. See how many more of these sleeves I got. So there's 19 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. 6 of these. So I've got 25 packages. I'm going to get down on my knees again. I got to see if I can scrounge up. Boy. There's 2 more. 2 more. Oh, my goodness. 2 more. Ooh. Jackpot. Oh, and then this might give me enough. There's 5 more of these here. Oh my goodness. This is going to be close. I have packaging for this order. Stick these cards in here. So my youngest started high school this week. That makes me worried. 2 weeks as a freshman in high school, I got suspended. Fighting on campus. See, in my hometown, we were small, but you got to sort of set the stage a little bit. You hear about, before getting into high school, freshman horror stories. So I had to sort of pick a poor kid out in the crowd and just beat the crap out of him. Poor kid. I felt bad afterwards because he went to the nurse's hospital. I went to the principal's office. He had to get fixed up. But nobody messed with me after that. I know. It wasn't that I was a bully. Although at that point in time, I guess I was a bully. Because I had to pick somebody to beat up to set the stage so nobody else would mess with me. You're not going to trash can Mike Ruffino. You're not going to be screwing with me. So I had to. I just did that. I was a bad boy. Mom came home from work and She goes, "What are you doing home?" I go, "I got in a fight." Her response was, "Did you win?" I go, "Of course I won." That's all she cared about. My mom, I told you, didn't graduate the 7th grade, but she was also in street gangs in Detroit. And her family runs the mafia in Detroit. So my mom was tough, man. She was tough. Funny, beloved, but nobody messed with Phyllis Rufino, boy. She was tough. Loved her. Miss my mom. She's been dead for 21 years. And don't miss my dad. He's been dead for 29. My dad wasn't a very nice guy. It took a tough woman to deal with my dad for the time she had to. Oh, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 29, 32. 32. I think we got 32 envelopes here. I could put these bigger ones, these 4, in the sleeves. I could do that. And then I've got, I've got these 2, right? Now, I think those, that'll fit. So these bigger ones for 4, so 32, that's 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Need another 14 for that to work. I know it's business. Business. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One more than I need. Whew, boy. Good thing I didn't paint more baits. I was thinking about it. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's stuff these with. So what I did is Vistaprint. I ordered these as business cards. And I just put these inside a 3x3 envelope, and voila, you've got yourself a nice little packaging. Clear Bags is the company I use to order my packing envelopes and stuff like that. So Clear Bags is reasonable, and they have really good service. So if you ever, want to do stuff, I mean, they've got stuff like boxes like this, a little harder to package. These are called pillow cases, believe it or not. And then these are 4 mil bags, which work, but the hooks can and do stick out of them every once in a while. So you got to be careful. But this way, they have a business card of yours. And I put on the back a barcode and then the QR code to my channel. And so they have they got everything on this little card. And it also says, made in Klamath Falls. For reports and tips, go to YouTube channel, Terrible at Fishing. And then larger print, custom hand-painted lures. So the logo I did. So kind of cool. Cool. And these hooks are the ones that are going to go on these. On the majority of those. I think I've got some smaller hooks too for the smaller ones. So just stuff. Lots and lots of stuff. Baits. This is what every small, I'm in the basement, garage, homemaker goes through. This is what we go through. People think it's, you get a bait or several baits from me, and um, you don't pay that much, $10 give or take. Unless you buy one of my signature baits, and those are $50. They're huge, and they take hours for me to paint. And I usually put them in a collector's box. So, but like I said, this next week, I should get my stickers, and I've got 3 and 5-inch stickers coming, and I will be giving some of those away at the Derby. And I usually put some in the store while supplies last, where if you buy 2 or more of my baits, you get a sticker. So I usually do that, but I've been out of stickers. And I did order 50 stickers, 25 3-inch, 25 5-inch, and then a see-through window decal for my truck. So that'll be going on my truck on the window, and that'll be really cool. Everybody already knows. I mean, I don't even wear a name badge at work, but all the guests know who I am. They all know who I am because of this. And, I'm the bartender in the marina. Not that I tend bar, I just act like a bartender because of the way I was raised. It's kind of fun. I just have fun with everybody. Fun. I'm looking forward to the Derby. They usually have me take point on the Derby, and they did last year on the ice fishing clinic. They let me take point on it this year. I am the lake pro. Okay, so basically we got all these packages ready to receive all of these baits. I know. But I want to take a break because all I have to do is hooks on these, and then I got 3 more I ran out of O-rings on. I forgot to put that in this total. So I can pull a couple bags from my wall. So I got a wall up there. There's a few of my bags up there. I could pull a couple of those off and use those. So we'll have enough bags, barely, just enough, because I need 2 more. So good. But hey, I'm going to take a break. So I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to shut off the stream. But I want to thank you for stopping by, keeping me company on this extremely boring detail of putting all these baits together. But tomorrow, these baits will be at Lake of the Woods Resort. So take care, everybody. Thank you very much. And please, if you live in the area, come to the car show this weekend, which is awesome if you like cars. But definitely 2 weeks from this weekend will be the fishing derby. And we will have prizes, and me. Take care, everybody.